This is the 2011 edition of KCABJ News.
Today is June 28th, 2011. I'm Arian Ragsdale.
I'm Lauren Clay. Students from the KCABJ Urban Journalism Academy visited one of the country's oldest Black-owned newspapers. Here's Daryl Strong with the story.
The Kansas City Call has been published each Friday for the last 91 years. It's located on the corner of 18th and Woodland in the historic 18th and Vine Jazz District. It continues to operate out of the same building where Chester A. Franklin launched the newspaper in 1919. The newsroom and business offices are located on the first floor of this landmark building. A walk up a flight of stairs reveals a spacious apartment where the Franklins once called home. Stepping into the building is like stepping back into history. Many of the original fixtures, such as the wallpaper, printing press, and layout tables, are still there. Eric Wesson, a reporter for The Call, says the owners want to restore the Franklin's apartment and convert it into a museum so that others can enjoy the rich history. This is Daryl Strong for KCABJ News.
This NBC Action News anchor and reporter is striving for excellence in her community. Here's Courtney Lewis with the story.
Cynthia Newsom, an anchor and reporter for NBC Action News, is an award-winning journalist who also wants to make a difference. In her job as a reporter, Newsom says she wants to keep people informed about what is going on in their community. She is also a founder of Awesome Ambitions, a mentoring program for young women in Kansas City. Newsom says one of the goals of Awesome Ambitions is to encourage young women and help them set and accomplish goals in education, health, and careers. Reporting for KCABJ News, this is Courtney Lewis.
The 18th and Vine District will see another historical event come the summer of 2012. Here's Paul Pierce with the story.
The Negro League Baseball Museum looks forward to a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with Kauffman Stadium being selected to host the 2012 All-Star Break. President of the museum, Bob Kendrick, says the museum has a chance to gain national spotlight. So many great past and present players will be in Kansas City. To give them the opportunity to show the museum is very exciting. Kendrick plans to promote the museum through marketing, hosting baseball clinics, and player appearances. Also, Kendrick plans to get the museum involved with the All-Star Game, the Major League Baseball All-Star Fan Fest, the Celebrity Softball Game, and the Home Run Derby. For KCABJ News, this is Paul Pierce.
While most students spent their summer frolicking in the sun or hanging out with friends, some students spent a part of their summer vacation learning about journalism. Aaron Ragsdale with their story.
For more than 30 years, the Kansas City Association of Black Journalists has given African American students a great opportunity to learn from the real-life experiences of professional journalists. This summer, 7 very fortunate students are tutored by Glenn E. Rice and Louis Duguid of the Kansas City Star. The students received real hands-on experience. They were assigned to write news stories on a variety of topics. They were given classroom assignments and held press conferences with community leaders and newsmakers. The first week, students learned about print journalism. The second week is dedicated to broadcast, where students recorded their own news radio program and television newscast. Duguid says the goal of the academy is to expose students what goes on in the newsroom and to teach them what it's like to be a news reporter. He says we draw in people from all media for the students to gain knowledge. We want students who are hungry and want more from this. A former student of the Journalism Academy, Robin King, heard on KPRS radio and is a journalism educator, says it helped because you really were a journalist. And I just loved the feeling of being an actual reporter. Reporting for KCABJ News, this is Arian Ragsdale.
There is a new face in the administration at Penn Valley in the metropolitan area. Here's Michaela Lewis with the story.
Joseph Seabrooks is the new president of Penn Valley Community College. Seabrooks is a native of Atlanta, Georgia, where he went to high school. He attended the University of Missouri and the University of Missouri-Kansas City. He is the president of the Blue River campus and will continue to hold that position until a new president is appointed there. Seabrooks says he is excited to be at Penn Valley and enjoys what he does. His vision for Penn Valley is to facilitate students transferring from community colleges to four-year universities. Seabrooks has won numerous awards, including one named after himself, the Joseph S. Leadership Award. This is Michaela Lewis reporting for KCABJ News.
Joe Louis Maddox has spent a lifetime researching local history. Here's Lauren Clay with his story.
Joe Louis Maddox grew up in the Boot Heel of southern Missouri, but now calls Kansas City his home. He brings that rich personal history to his job as a historian and researcher at the Bruce R. Watkins Cultural Center. Maddox says he got his interest in history from listening to his grandmother tell him stories about African Americans' contributions to America. Maddox says he now wants to share that rich history with others, in particular, young people. Researching history has allowed Maddox to meet some interesting people. Some of them include U.S. Presidents Harry Truman, Jimmy Carter, and Bill Clinton. Maddox also has met First Lady Michelle Obama. Maddox says he one day wants to meet President Obama. For KCABJ News, this is Lauren Clay.
That concludes the 2011 edition of KCABJ News. I'm Arian Ragsdale.
I'm Lauren Clay. Till next year.